name is Allison.
Her birthday's December 13th.
She has 3 cats, Meredith, Olivia, and Benjamin Button.
If I could miss anyone, it'd probably be Ariana Grande.
I hope that we can be together soon. I really need a hug. I really miss you a lot, Niall.
Either of you ever met
the woman.
And how fucking dare anyone out there make fun of Britney after all she's been through?
The definition of a parasocial relationship is as follows: a one-sided relationship where one person extends emotional energy, interest, and time, and the other party, the persona, usually a celebrity, is completely unaware of another's existence. The term has been around for years, being coined in 1956 by psychologists Donald Horton and R. Richard Wohl. Upon hearing the very definition of parasocial relationships, people tend to think of crazy stalker fans, and that's how the media usually portrays parasocial relationships. But I'm here to ask the question: are parasocial relationships toxic, or are they good for you? Regarding the research, I wanted to look at it from 2 different angles: the psychology and the fan aspect of it, and the celebrity and marketing aspect of it. Upon going into the research, my main thesis was that yes, these relationships are toxic, as I've heard hundreds and countless of horror stories about people thinking that they're in a secret relationship with a celebrity and it going horribly wrong. However, once I started to research the psychology of it, I started to realize a trend within these articles. All of them saying that it's actually pretty healthy for a parasocial relationship to happen, and that it's completely normal. In the digital age, we're constantly exposed to celebrities all through social media and interviews, etc. So it's not uncommon to have an attachment to some of these people, especially when we're getting such an in-depth peek into their lives. And despite being one-sided, parasocial relationships have made people feel less lonely, especially during the time of the COVID-19 lockdown. They also can help people realize what they want in friendships and relationships based on the traits that they see exhibited in celebrities. This closeness also helps with decreasing stigma, as if a celebrity opens up about having anxiety or some sort of mental disorder, people are more likely to view it as something natural because somebody they look up to has it, and it also brings awareness. Actually, celebrities thrive off of parasocial relationships. Think about it like this: if you're going to watch football and a team you don't like is playing, then you're less inclined to watch the game. But when a team you like is playing, you're going to watch it. It's the same thing with celebrities. If you like the personality of a singer or you really are a fan of their music, then you're more inclined to listen to it. Actually, most singers use parasocial relationships for marketing new albums. Take Taylor Swift and her marketing for the re-recordings. Every time she would re-record an album, she would constantly post on Instagram and say in interviews that the album is ours, meaning the fans and her. This kind of language tricks our brains into thinking that this album is specifically made for us and that we were there when she re-recorded all these songs. This kind of parasocial marketing works, as Taylor Swift's albums and re-recordings have skyrocketed up the charts. Playing on parasocial relationships isn't just exclusive to Taylor Swift. South Korea has been marketing off parasocial relationships since the dawn of K-pop. This quote from YG Entertainment says it all: "To market the music, you must market the idol first." Not only does it help marketing and money-making strategies, but also it has helped win court cases in the past. Do you remember in 2022 when the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial began? Well, people got so invested in it and were so convinced that Johnny Depp was innocent that fans started to do their own digging and found that a makeup palette that Amber Heard said she used to cover up bruises was in fact released a year after she said that she used it, which was one of the pieces that helped Johnny Depp win the case. All this information has brought my main thesis to where it is now. Not that parasocial relationships are toxic, but instead that parasocial relationships are actually pretty healthy for you when you know that you're in one. Much like anything, there's a dangerous side to it. If you start to feel that the person on the other side of the screen is talking directly to you and sending direct messages to you, you should seek psychiatric help. But for the most part, crazy fans and stalker fans that we see portrayed in the media don't happen as often as we think they do. And parasocial relationships aren't this toxic mentality that the media presents it as. It's a pretty normal experience. But why this topic? Parasocial relationships are all around us, and although they're never mentioned by name, the news constantly pushes them despite saying how toxic they are. What really attracted me to this topic was the recent coverage of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. You can't escape them, let it be if you're watching football or if you're scrolling through TikTok. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are everywhere. And I began to wonder why people were so invested in this relationship, despite not knowing Taylor or Travis personally. So out of my own curiosity, I started Googling why we were so attached to celebrity drama and celebrity relationships, which led me to find out about parasocial relationships. And the first few articles that I read really portrayed it in such a toxic light, which led me to my main thesis. And then, as I started to do more psychological research, I realized that it's not as bad as people think, and it's pretty normal. I like to think that I supported my argument for why parasocial relationships are healthy pretty well, but even if you still disagree with me, that's okay. It is an argument essay after all, so there's always going to be opposing sides. I hope you walk away from this presentation with more awareness about how you view celebrities and your relationships to them. And yes, I think that you and the celebrity that you definitely have had in your mind this whole presentation would totally be best friends if they were a normal person. Thank you.